Many British Columbians jumped into the timeshare market when our dollar was soaring, but some of those deals don't look so good now. So can you get out of it? Well, our consumer reporter Andrew is here to tell us it's easier said than done, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. It can be a real challenge. Thanks, Chris. For some people, vacation timeshares work out and they swear by them, but for countless others, they get lured into buying a vacation timeshare, often through high-pressure sales tactics, only to find out later they didn't really know what they were signing up for.
The resort boasts 4 pools that are cool and refreshing.
Rick Tippett and his wife thought buying a timeshare would be money well spent. A great deal, especially since they love to travel.
It started off at $40,000 and they kept bugging and bugging till we got it down to $10,000, and that's when I said, well, it sounds good, and then I said yes.
The Tippetts paid $10,000 and purchased a vacation timeshare in Las Vegas. This particular timeshare was based on a point system, which could be redeemed at different vacation properties. But 7 years later, and mounting costly maintenance fees, the BC couple has only been able to make 2 bookings.
There's been places available, but nowhere where we wanted to go at the time we wanted to go.
Now burdened with costs they can no longer justify, the Tippetts want out, but it's not that easy.
It is very difficult. The reason it's difficult is the timeshare companies, this is their source of revenue. They're collecting monthly payments from you for a future product or future time in which you may or may not use.
Ontario-based lawyer Newton Wong, who specializes in contract law, says to get out of a timeshare, you need to look closely at the contract you signed, and that usually means hiring a lawyer.
Each one of those timeshares are structured differently. They have different legal requirements, different contracts for different timeshares. So each of them ones are very specific. So it's very important to review the agreement, look at the terms, and see if there is a way where you can vitiate the agreement.
Newton says sometimes a lawyer isn't necessary if the timeshare corporation is willing to deal directly with the timeshare owner. Still, be cautious of companies promising to resell your timeshare. Just look at this site on eBay, where desperate timeshare owners are listing their properties at a fraction of what they bought them for.
There are companies out there who will attempt to try to sell it, but it's always going to be extremely discounted. Sometimes you can't even give away the timeshares because there's an ongoing maintenance cost to it.
Either way, getting out of a timeshare is going to cost you, just like the Tippetts, who are now experiencing buyer's remorse.
And one of the worst options to getting rid of a timeshare is to just stop making payments on your maintenance fees. The timeshare company could take you to court for not making those payments. Remember, if you are thinking about getting into a timeshare, don't rush the purchase. Research the property and ask if there is a resale market for the location. More importantly, consider hiring a lawyer to review the contract before you sign on the dotted line.
And listen, we've all heard those commercials about companies promising to get you out of your timeshare contract. What have you learned about them?
Well, these third-party companies essentially review your contract and then decide which steps are needed to get you out of your timeshare. In some cases, they will even hire a lawyer to get you out. It's not cheap and it does take time. One company we spoke with says an upfront fee can cost between $3,000 and $15,000, and it can sometimes take up to 18 months to get you out. And if you have a consumer issue for me, you can reach me. There's my email address at consumermatters@globalnews.ca.
All right, thanks very much, Ann.